Next on the agenda is Luke Mahony from Vale. Luke is the head of geology, mine engineering, and geotech and technology and innovation for Vale's global base metals. He spent 5 years in Mozambique with Vale's coal business, 10 at BHP. He has 3 master's degrees in mine engineering, geomechanics, and finance. And he's going to talk to you today about how this is actually being implemented, mechanical cutting is being implemented at Vale. Luke, the mic is yours.
No, thank you for the introduction, Carl, and very excited to be here to participate in this webinar, and also from a Vale perspective. Simic has been important for us, and it will be in the future. I think on 2 fronts: on what we can contribute to Simic and the wider industry, and also what we can and receive and collaborate with the peers. And so without further ado, we're going to talk about the journey of the mechanical rock excavation, and for us, it's the future of underground hard rock mining. It's one that we definitely want to push internally in Vale, and also get the support from the industry and help the industry grow in this area. And so for us, the title is really looking, for us, it's non-competitive collaboration, and that's the theme as we're starting to go through this innovation. If we go to the next slide. So for us, we've talked about it in underground hard rock from a mechanical cutting. It's been looked at quite a few times in the past and hasn't really evolved or matured as a full commercial product, but we've seen a lot of changes in the last few years. And so for us, we had a look on what's out there and what is coming out there, and to get to the end, we're going ahead with a trial with the Komatsu, with their mechanical cutter, and we're now working on the preliminary stages of this trial to enable a full underground trial in early 2021. Next slide. So for us, it's very important, the mechanical cutting. Safety for us is of the utmost importance, and we believe that the cutter can add another level of safety, a step change or a transformational level of safety for us that's important. And it's really getting people away from the face, and also in line with our new sustainability goals within Vale. It is a much better opportunity to reduce the GHG emissions, and it's a way we can achieve that also. Really looking to get that smooth surface that enables a much cleaner excavation profile from a geotechnical and also a ventilation point of view, with the ultimate goal that, yes, can we get faster advance rates? Can we start to bring production ahead? And for us, that besides the safety, it's very competitive for us as a business. Next slide. And so the trial that we will undertake with the Komatsu mechanical cutter is in our McConnell ore body, which comes off the Garson mine, which is inside the Sudbury region in Canada. And the choice for that trial is we really want to demonstrate the ability to cut in hard rock, and the rock we have here is very hard, and we want to be able to cut at a commercial rate. We've put down 3.5 meters per shift, but we really want to have a look and understand not just the cutting technique, but the application today and in the future. And so the ore body we've chosen gives us drift access. We are developing in there to understand that ore body a lot more. So it actually worked out quite well. And so this will be the location of the trial as we continue with this in 2021. Next slide. So for us, this is new technology. Komatsu, this will be the first Komatsu cutter that comes off the production line. They're assembling 2 at the moment, and they're assembling those in Australia. And so the first couple of trials is to do the initial trials in Australia, following the quarry trials to get into one of the mines there in New South Wales, where we can really test the machine. So we're going to stage some of those trials, and then come early next year, we will bring the machine over to Canada, where we'll start a 400 to 450 meter trial, really testing, as I said, the cutting technique, the productivity, and really to have a look at what the application is with the rock. And so for us, it's very important. And I think this is where industry collaboration for us is paramount. We need to understand the lessons learned, but also what's the vision on where this can go into the future. And as I said, we believe in it. It has a huge role to play in the underground hard rock industry. If we go to the next slide. And so for us, there's a lot of preparation, being new technology and being a new assembly, where we really want to understand on what's the objective of the trial. What are we trying to look at? What KPIs do we need to understand today? And what's important that we need to make decisions in the future? And so we're doing a lot of preparation work, working very close with Komatsu, who are great partners in this and offer a lot of value on the technical and also the commercial side from the experience there in the soft rock. And then we'll start the trial. And for us, it's going to be very key that we understand what we're looking at, how we're looking at, and we get the parties involved to help us support that. But then the ultimate goal is to really look at the future planning. What's the future state of this? Where can this go? What does the application, the continuous cutting, and other types of innovative ideas on where this can take to increase productivity, reduce costs, and also improve the risk management for underground hard rock mining. If I go to the next slide, please, Carl. So for us, we really want to collaborate on this, and I can't emphasize that enough. And so we really want to have a look at the technical R&D, operational maintenance, health, safety. And so we're going to center all that through Simic. And then the intention is to have regular collaboration meetings and to really get the alignment, the engagement, to learn from lessons in the past. As I said, there's been a lot of tests that have happened in previously. We're going to add another chapter to that book, and then we want people to start writing and thinking about that next chapter. And so for us, it's very important, the collaboration framework for this. Next slide, please, Carl. And just when we talk about collaborations, there's a lot of different models, and from Vale, we're really looking at this on how can we really understand the collaborative framework, and how can we really leverage off the benefits of collaboration. And for us, we've looked at this a few times internally, and for us, we see two major themes or parts to this. IP is key, and it's something that always gets discussed, and so it should. Really understanding what's backward-looking and forward-looking shared IP, and also what the commitment is. And from what we see here is, generally with companies and company collaboration, we normally see ourselves on the right-hand side with no IP, but normally we get to brainstorm ideas, we create roadmaps, and then we see ourselves stuck in that area. And then on the left, when you start to get OEMs or an OEM or a supplier, you're talking about conversations or sharing information and standards. But for us, what's key is to really create these joint pilots. And if we go to the next slide, Carl, the joint pilots for us is very important that we focus on issues. We really deliver the innovative response. And for us, it's trust. It's been open and transparent, the commitment, the peer accountability, and people can contribute in different ways. It's not necessarily everyone up front in the same amount. People can then leverage off that collaboration at some point in the future. And it's really finding that individuals with that same passion and core values, and also the ability to contribute. And so for us, that's very important as we progress with this collaboration project. Next slide, please, Carl. And so Simic, so for us, Simic's important that to help connect and to facilitate the collaboration. We've got a great relationship with Simic, and for us, it's about leveraging off existing processes, procedures, agreements. We don't want to recreate or rewrite what's been done and the lessons learned in the past. Simic are very well positioned to support via their in-house technical capabilities, but also bring in outside groups and other consortiums if necessary. And so very passionate about the future and vision of mechanical cutting, and for us that's important for to continue that through Simic. If we go to the next slide, and this is the second last slide, and for us, especially for mechanical cutting in underground hard rock, collaboration's key. Everyone plays a part, from OEM suppliers, consultants, integrators, and academics, etc. And so for us, it's very important that we all work together to really create this future for underground hard rock mining. And the final slide, just to wrap up. We're committed. We're committed to the mechanical cutting, where we'll see the Komatsu machine arrive early in 2021, following some trials in the second half of this year in Australia. And for us, it's beneficial for the industry. We have to support each other as an industry, and this is just an enabler. The application of mechanical cutting can go a long way in terms of the underground hard rock industry, and the success of this is just the beginning. So thank you for the time, and yes, please reach out to us if you want to participate and can contribute, and looking forward to the conversations and the relationships ahead. So thank you very much, Carl.
Awesome. Thank you, Luke.